Martin at Lakewood, the installation here. We've got some problems with recording off the matrix channels, and I tried to explain it in an email, but I don't believe the problem is in the board, and it certainly isn't the way I'm configuring it. I'm going to go through that in a minute. I understand the signal flow very well. But the signal that goes to the record decks is very, very faint. When we have a decent program level in the house, we might hit minus 40 on the VUs on the record decks. Both record decks act identically, by the way. So what I want to do is go through this and demonstrate to you. Hopefully I can get a headphone out from one of the record decks so you can hear what's happening. There's obviously a very weak signal, and something is either cross-connected or we have a bad wire in the mix. And I'll demonstrate that as we go. So here we go. Okay, so here we go with our test. What I've done is zeroed the board completely. There are no assignments at all at this point. I have an iPod Touch here on the console, interface to audio in on the mixer on channel 16 on the input panel at the bottom of the rack. So that should appear here at channel 16. Here are our trim controls, which are marked verb A and B out. I don't understand that either, but in any case, that's not my issue today. I'm going to set the iPod playing, I believe, and you can see that we have some input here. I'll adjust the trim just a little bit, bring that up. Okay, so we are playing so far to the channel, and if I go to my pre-fade listen button, we can see that on the center section, indeed, we've got a good signal going there, and I can hear it in the phones, which are hanging around my neck at this point. So there's Billy. So we know that we have signal at least into the channel. Now what I'm going to do is assign this channel to groups 3 and 4. It's panned to the center, so it should appear at both groups. And if I come over here to the center section and bring up groups 3 and 4 and bring up the volume, I should see that signal appear again, and it does. So I know that I'm into the groups. Now at this point, I should be able to use the matrix to send groups 3 and 4 over to the record decks, and so group 3 on matrix channel 1 and group 4 on matrix channel 2. And if I take this off here and go to the after fade listen here, you can see that I've got a ton of signal at the output of the matrix on matrix channel 1 and 2. So what I've done over here on the record deck is, let me turn Billy down a little bit. What I've done on the record deck, you can see over here, I've maxed this out. You can see that I'm popping about minus 40 on that with a blank CDR in there. And what I'm going to do is take my headphones over to this device, plug it in. I'm going to crank the headphone level all the way up. Take a listen. I think you'd have to agree with me that there's a problem here. If we come over to the patch panel, we can see that indeed on CDR line in left and right, we're coming out of matrix A and B, and so this is normaled, and it seems like it's working correctly. So obviously there is a problem somewhere outside of the board between the patch bay. Well, I guess it could be between the board and the patch bay, or the patch bay and our record decks. Thanks for taking the time to check this out with me, Ken. I know that you deal with a lot of users who aren't very knowledgeable in this. I hope that I am not on that list, but in any case, I think I've demonstrated the problem adequately enough If you have a suggestion for me as far as how I'm operating the board or interfaced my gear here, give me a call. Other than that, I guess we need some help.